Anywhere you go, give it all.
But yeah, those people that say, I keep referring back to the Shanann Watts murder case because I've just read so many vile comments about her working online, her promoting her products online, her live streams on Facebook, and how much she did, and it's just like, these people that sit back and say shit like, literally, in a day and age where just about everybody's on Facebook, even cockroaches are on Facebook, every corner of the world, in a day and age where, almost everyone's on social media, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. The people that sit back and say all of these vile remarks about her, and she just lived on Facebook, and she just desperate for attention, and she just forced her family to be on camera, and she just fucking, oh my God, she was the narcissist. She just wanted to. And I think to myself, this woman's husband murdered 4 people. Murdered her, pregnant, 15 weeks pregnant, and their 2 daughters. Why is her social media usage even a thought in your fucking head at that point? I mean, I get it. The detectives and investigators, in order to, know more about the case. I understand the critical thinking of it all, the investigation of it all. They need to know motives. They need to know all these things. That's fine. But the general public, the comments that I see on that shit, after a pregnant woman and her daughters are murdered, they're not talking about her husband, the murderer. They're talking about, these people are just literally in a day and age where everybody, that's what we do. We're on social media. Get over it. The same people talking that shit are sitting on social media talking that shit. It's just stupid. It's just so stupid. But think about it. Who doesn't want to feel important? And, I know there's a lot of people that feel really superior. Oh, I don't put anything. I keep my private life private. Okay, if you have one. That can go both ways. Oh, people who post too much on social media wish they had that life. They wish this and they wish that, and they blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that shit can go both ways. So why even go there? Why not just live and let live? I wonder if people think about that one. Think about it. Why be so nasty? Who doesn't want to feel important? Who doesn't want to, in their own little way, feel some type of significance in this world? Clearly, it's true. People who post a lot, who are on there a lot, yada, yada, yada. Creative people especially are going to be on there a lot. Absolutely. They're going to be promoting their art, their music, their films, their poetry, their skits, their whatever the fuck ever, their content. Absolutely. And at the heart of a lot of creative people are a lot of emotional problems sometimes too. Yes. It gives them an outlet. It's all related. It gives them an outlet. It gives them a release. It helps them cope with negativity. And sometimes there's a lot of narcissism involved. That's true. But, on the scale of things, what human being doesn't want to feel important, significant, like they're making some kind of contribution to the world in some little small way? And so what if that does give them an outlet? What would you prefer them do? What would you have them do? All these people running their mouth about her and her job, her choice of job, the products she sold, this woman, and I picked it up off of her energy many times. She was a genuine and authentic person. I could feel that about her. And I feel like she genuinely believed in the products that she was selling. That they would help people like they helped her. And at only 34 years of age, you're still finding yourself. And we go through a process of elimination in this life. When we're young, we try a lot of different things. We try different careers. We try different things in life. That's how we grow. And in those moments, can you not look back in your life at something that you may go, oh gosh, I wouldn't do that again. But at that time, I really believed in what I was doing. I was really feeling that. I genuinely wanted to. And there's just so many people that are they just don't understand that. And it's just absurd to me that those are the things they're talking about instead of her husband, this murdering freak, and what his problem was. That's just weird to me. But I wonder what those people would have preferred her to do. If social media is what gives you a release, makes you happy, gives you the validation that you need, people sit back and make remarks. Well, she must feel really insecure, or he must really need attention and validation. Who the fuck doesn't? And if that's a positive way for you to get it, and if it's not hurting other people, compared to her murdering ass husband, really, what would people rather you do? Sit home and blow your fucking head off? Or, what would people rather you do? Not use that as an outlet? This world can be cruel, man. People can be so cruel and vicious and judgmental until it hits home for their ass. That's what I wonder about. All those people that remark on that murder case and talk all this shit about that poor woman. Everything from her job to the clothes she wore, her choices, everything, just picking her apart. I wonder, they're all big on the internet and shit, but I wonder if it hit home for them, if it was their daughter, their sister, their mother, if it hit home for them, someone they were related to, would the first thing, if that had happened to a female member or any member of their family viciously murdered like that, would the first thing that pops in their mind is, well, she did work in an MLM situation. Her job, she was always on Facebook. Is that the first thing they would start talking shit about if that was their family member? Yeah, I always wonder that. This world is just, like I say, do what you want to do. Life is short. Say what you want to say. Express it. Do the best you can every day. There are a lot of things in this world that will try to beat you down, make you feel bad, silence you, take your spirit away. Don't let that happen. Just be you and keep going. But anyway, I just can't with... I like balance, okay? I like balance, and with anything in this world, I like to kind of look at it objectively, to the best of my ability, and not automatically assume, oh, well, that's what's going on there, or that's why that person does that. You know, I really like to try to keep an open mind about things, and I just wish more people would. But yeah, and the way I see it is, as far as social media goes, yeah, hell yeah. Everything needs a balance. But we are in the day and age where everyone's using social media and people are doing more things publicly. Get over it. It is what it is, and it's not that abnormal anymore. You know, maybe, some of the older generations, I mean, I get it. But, people are speaking out more. They are sharing more of their personal lives now. And that doesn't necessarily make them a fucking narcissist or make them desperate for attention or make them anything except doing what everybody else is doing. Utilizing that in their own little ways. I mean, I try. I can't say I always hit the mark, but I try to keep a really open mind and put some kind of a higher or more positive spin on everything. A higher-minded, more spiritual spin on just about everything. I don't just automatically look at someone's activity or other people and go, oh, well, they must be doing that because blah, or they're doing that for this reason. I just try to keep an open mind. Like, I don't really know why, but, maybe there's a really good reason, a really deep reason that's driving them as to why they want to share that particular thing. I have a lot of empathy. I have so much empathy. I have to guard my empathy for feeling other people and picking up on things and, So, I don't know, just shit like that just really gets on my nerves. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you may as well do what you want to do. Speak what you want to speak, how you feel it. Don't worry about what other people are going to think about it or say about it. Because that's always going to happen. And like I was saying about the Shanann Watts murder case. Yeah, because she did all these things on Facebook and I'm thinking, wow, how can they even say that? Are they just singling her out? Like she's out of billions of people, like she's the only fucking person on earth that lives on Facebook? Who doesn't? I mean, and as dangerous as social media can be and all the down points of it, I think it's all about what you do with it. I think that it's wonderful that if it's used in an appropriate way, we can connect with people. We can learn so much more now. We can showcase our talents, our hobbies. Oh my God, I think it's just wonderful. So it just all depends on how you want to look at it. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like I was talking about, if you're, if you don't have a career in the film industry or the music industry, and say you don't have one of those talents, you're not doing comedy, or, that's all popular now. The online comedians, the internet sensations, the big YouTubers, and the character actors, and all these things. Say you're not doing any of that, but you're just a simple person who made a nice dinner and you're proud of it, and you took a picture of it and you want to post that. I just love creativity. I love sharing. I love seeing things from other people. And it's those people that sit back and go, oh, those people taking a picture of their food. It's that kind of shit. It's like, no matter what you do, somebody's going to be out there running their flap about it. So do what you want to do. Before I go, just always remember, especially if you've been a victim of gaslighting, psychological twisting, invalidation, no one can ever take away from your experiences. You know within yourself what happened. You know what you feel. You know what you've been through, experienced, and no one can take that. Nobody outside of you. I don't care if you are going through both at once, and you've been through a toxic situation and there's all these negative elements. But then at the same time, there are a lot of profound and wonderful things that you have felt and learned within that situation at the same time. People in general kind of want to splash one label or the other on a situation like that. But no, it's both. It's both. And if that's your truth, if that's your authentic experience, then that's what it is. No one can ever take away from the integrity of that. That just because you may have been through something hardcore or terrible or toxic or whatever, that at the same time, no one can say that you didn't, at the same time, you both didn't have a deep and authentic and true love for one another. No one can ever take away and tell you what you're feeling. They just can't. This would include how you feel about toxic parents, abusive parents, how you grew up. It's not just concerning romantic relationships, but it's all of these things, because for people that are raised in traumatic childhoods, different types of abuse, different levels of abuse, oftentimes they find themselves either repeating those patterns or getting involved with people like that in their relationships until they work on their own trauma from the past, or they find themselves relating to their relationship partners in a complex way. Just all types of struggles. And so I am going to, in one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to get into this topic more deeply, and I'm going to be talking about Mariah Carey. Yes, Mariah Carey, her upbringing, her relationship with her mother, which is complicated, and it goes along with what I've been talking about in this video, how she processes her feelings about how she grew up, about the dual nature of her mother, and how sometimes, yes, we can be involved in situations or with people that have a dual nature. They treat us both ways. And they might not be super abusive. They might not be super toxic people. They might be fantastic people. Like Mariah speaks highly of her mother, that she loves her mother, she takes care of her mother, and she speaks a lot about her mother being very supportive. But then at times, she's got a new book out. I'm wanting to get my hands on the book. I watch a lot of documentaries about her, her life, her interviews, and she also is beginning to talk about how her mother was not supportive, how some things about her mother really hurt her deeply. A lot going on in Mariah's background, so I'm going to get into that in an upcoming video. But so you see, sometimes we are in situations where it's all of those things at once, and we are responding to all of those things at once. We're feeling love, we're feeling, this, that, and the other for the good things that they do, and those things are valid. Just because a person may do some toxic things or make some mistakes, it doesn't make the good things that they do null and void. There are situations where, it's all fake. It's just all bullshit. It's a narcissist. They're just love bombing you and everything. Most of the things they do are fake. No meaning, no goodness to it. But I'm talking about some very complex situations where a lot of times, even with the highly narcissistic person, there is some good in there somewhere. Not every single thing about that human being is fake, okay? This is going to be based on the individual person. We can't just put one label. That's what I'm getting at this whole time. We can't just put one label, even on a highly narcissistic person, and say, oh, they're all bad. That's it. They don't have a good bone in their body. They've never done a good thing in their life. You can't say that. So that's why it's important that we learn how to better understand people, human nature, people that are going through or have been through complex traumas, grown up around different traumatic issues, or are perhaps involved in a relationship like that. They are going to have all kinds of different emotions at once, and it's not all just some label we can write off as, well, it's all that. Since it's predominantly toxic, or maybe we hear about the bad things more, then it's all bad. That is generally not the case. There is generally something lovable about the people we're going through hard times with. There is generally something good and wonderful and something we connect to, we have good times with, be it a parent who hurt us or damaged us in childhood, or be it a romantic partner or a sibling, whatever. I believe pretty much everybody on this earth has some damn good things inside of them. At the exact same time that they are making mistakes, they are breaking boundaries, they're hurting people sometimes, they're doing all kinds of other shit. So, yes, in a future video pretty soon, I'm going to get all off into Mariah Carey. One of her songs that I just really relate to. It's not a song that was very popular. I don't even think it was released as a single. You can tell a lot about her life from this one song. But there's a lot of things I can relate to about Mariah's childhood and her feelings growing up, and the complex emotions that she carries towards her mother, towards her upbringing, with her siblings, all of those things. Oh my God, yes, I can relate to a lot of that. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys joining me. Hit like and subscribe if you want to check out more of my stuff. It'll help my channel keep growing, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you.